Right. Fine. Good morning. We'll start the class. Okay. Um, இது வரைக்கும் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா we have seen these are the topics. Okay. Number one வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா introduction we have completed. Number two registration we have completed. Number three வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா like account there is tax invoice, debit note, credit note we have completed. Number four வந்து like there is accounts and records. So we have seen some audit scenarios also. We have to see some more audits also in GST that we'll see later. Next one like payment of tax we have already completed. Next one we have completed what levy. Okay, under that levy section there is before that supply section 7, section 8 composite supply, and section 9 mixed supply. Okay, next one section 9 levy, and section 10 okay, it is talking about what composition levy. Section 11 it is talking about what exemptions apply. Okay, up to this we have been completed right now. Okay, today we're just going to see what time of supply and place of supply. Okay, if time permits we'll take up what this particular topic like place of supply. Otherwise we'll take up what tomorrow, right? Okay, we'll straight away go to the topic. Fine. So we have seen these topics. Number one scope of supply. Okay, these are not subject to CGST Act. Okay, section 7. Then composite supply and mixed supply right here. Section 7, section 8. Sorry, section 7 and section 8. Here section 9. Okay, levy. Section 10, composition levy. Is a forward charge and reverse charge mechanism. This is forward charge and reverse charge mechanism. Next one is section 11, exemption. Okay, so up to this we have been completed. Okay, so we have completed this topic in the previous classes. Now we just going to see today section 12 and section 13. That is nothing but time of supply. That is nothing but time of supply. Time of supply. Why time of supply? In the sense it will determine okay when to pay tax to the government. Okay, when to pay tax to the government, when you are liable to pay to the government. Okay, right? Number one. So for example, I raised a bill. Okay, I raised a bill in the month of Jan. Okay, so it is subject to January month, and you are liable to pay okay in the month of February, before February. Okay, like 20 or 18 depends upon there is you have to pay before February 20. So see, this will determine the payment of tax. Okay, this will determine the payment of tax to government. Okay, this will determine the payment of tax to government. So that's the reason we have to understand the time of supply. Okay, that's the reason we have to understand the time of supply. So it is very much important. It is very much important to understand the time of supply. Okay, right. What is this? Section 12. What is this section 13? Okay, section 12, which is talking about what? Time of supply with regards to goods. Okay, section 12, which is talking about what? Time of supply with regards to goods. Okay, here section 30, which is talking about what? Time of supply. Okay, with regards to services. With regards to what? Services. Okay, so here, so ரெண்டுமே similar தான் இருக்கும். Okay, section 12.1, 12.2, 12.3, 12.4, 12.5, 12.6 மொத்தம். இங்க 13.1, 13.2, 13.3, 13.4, 13.5 and 13.6. Okay, so clause 1 of 12, clause 2 of 12, clause 3 of 12, of clause 4 of 12. So totally we have to see this particular scenarios. Okay. So here, this is with regards to goods. This is with regards to services. Time of supply with regards to goods and time of supply with regards to supply. So you have to determine the liabilities of tax. Okay, liabilities of tax. Okay, so on goods, on what? Goods. Here are the liabilities of tax on services. Liabilities of goods on tax on services. Okay, so you have to determine what? Time of supply. You have to determine what? Time of supply according to this provision. According to this provision. Okay, this is also according to this provision. That is all about section 13(1) and 12(1). Okay, so you have to determine the time of supply for goods according to this provision. You have to determine the time of supply of services. Okay, time of supply of services according to this provision. So, okay, so number 1, section 12(2). Okay, section 12(2). Okay, number 1, section 12(2). Okay, which is talking about forward charge mechanism. Time of supply in case of forward charge mechanism. Okay, subject to what? Goods. Yes, subject to what? Services. Okay. Number 2. Okay, in case that is here, the 12(13) is subject to what? Reverse charge mechanism. That is time of supply for reverse charge mechanism. In case of what? Goods and in case of services. Next one, 12(4) vouchers. Okay, 12 for what? Time of supply for. Okay, everything what? Time of supply for. Okay, for vouchers here also vouchers in case of services. Okay, in case of services. Okay, so next one, okay, forward charge I understand, reverse charge I understand. Vouchers is nothing but the voucher receipt you might be aware about. For example, 10% off, 20% off. You might be getting such vouchers and all. Not those vouchers. Okay, it is subject to what? 13(4) and 12(4). Okay, next one, section 12(5) is nothing but residuary clause. Okay, residuary clause. When time of supply is not able to determine under this clause, you have to go under judgment method, best judgment method. So here also residuary clause. Here what? Residuary clause. Okay, right. Next one, with time of supply in case of interest charges. Okay, or any there is any, okay, any penalty. Okay, it is not a tax penalty. Here also same thing. Interest charge penalty. When you're not fulfill the contract, when you're this 36 particular, when you're not fulfill the contract with the supplier or recipient, okay, for that you will be paying what? Such amount. Okay, in such cases, what is the time of supply? For example, I need to supply a goods, okay, on 12th, but I am not supply on 12th because it is a critical goods and I need on 12th. Okay, but I am not supply the goods on 12th. In such cases, I am supply the goods. Okay, little bit delay. Okay, here in that scenarios, when I am liable, okay, for example, the supplier asking me there is penalty charges. Okay, so for example, I need to make a payment within such due date, but the payment has been not done within such due date. Okay, so what happens is the supplier is asking with interest. Okay, so with interest in the sense, okay, we also need to pay the interest. Okay, but here the interest, whether it is subject to supply at the initial point of time or later point of time. So here, what is the condition? Okay, we'll see later. Okay, so we're just going to see later. We're just going to see one by one. Okay, we'll understand one by one. Okay, so you're thorough with this particular scenarios, I think so. Okay, so we'll just go one by one. Okay, right. Number 1, section 13(1), okay, or 12(1). Okay, 13(1), 12(1) is nothing but goods. 13(1) is nothing but services. 13(1) is nothing but services. Okay, so this both are determined subject to what? 12(2) to 12(6). 13(2) to 13(6). Okay, this is the section which has been determined. Okay, you have to determine the time of supply according to this provision. According to this provision, already I said that time of supply to determine what, whether there is to determine to determine when the tax has to be paid. Okay, so now we're just going to see section 12(2) and 13(2). nothing but forward charge. Okay, nothing but forward charge. Here, nothing but the supplier is liable to pay tax to the government. Okay, forward charge means what? The supplier is liable to pay tax to the government. Okay, so we just going to determine when he is going to pay the tax to the government. Okay, here in case of goods, here in case of services. Okay, first we'll see one by one. First we'll see one by one. Okay, number one, 12.2, because this has to be seen separately only. Okay, so number one. So here, in case of goods, okay, forward charge. Okay, forward charge. Okay, there are two scenarios. There are two scenarios. Number one, okay, in case of goods, okay, already we have discussed the time of supply. Already we have discussed this time of supply. Okay, where there is a movement, okay, where there is a movement of goods, there is a non-movement of goods. Non-movement of goods. Okay, where there is a movement of goods, where there is a non-movement of goods. Okay, so these are some provisions with the initially every under the, then we'll just go one by one, one by one. We'll understand one by one, one by one. Okay, so we'll just going to see in depth. Okay, so here first one the okay, movement of goods and non-movement of goods. Already we have discussed that. At the time of movement, there is time of supply for movement of goods for the Madina. Number one. Okay, at the time of removal. Okay, at the time of removal, or okay, or at the time of, that is at the time of payment, whichever is earlier, whichever is earlier. For payment, there is an amendment, which is going to see later. Okay, amendment, which is going to see later. Okay, so time of supply, okay, and it is subject to a time of removal, okay, or payment, whichever is earlier. This will see discuss. We're just going to discuss. Okay, in case of non-movement of goods, okay, non-movement of goods, okay, time of supply is nothing but it is subject to delivery of goods, okay, delivery of goods, or made available to the recipient, or made available to the recipient. This is number one. Second condition is again same scenarios. Okay, second condition for the date of payment. So here, whichever is earlier, whichever is earlier again. Okay, so delivery for the, there is in case of non-movement of goods, it is subject to delivery of goods, or it is available to the recipient. Okay, or okay, this is one, or date of payment, whichever is earlier. Okay, now what is that amendment? What is that amendment? Okay, when GST initially it has been introduced, this is the scenarios. Okay, this is what they are. Okay, so what happened is after some point of time, okay, they have been amended. Okay, with regards to this particular scenarios. Okay, with regards to some particular scenarios, like that is nothing but on advances. Okay, on goods, advance received on goods. Okay, advance received on such goods. Okay, so here, okay, that is with effect from 1st July 2017. Okay, the existing provision has been prevailed. Existing provision has been prevails. Okay, irrespective of turnover. Okay, what other scenarios you have been there? Okay, for example, if I paid advances, I have to pay the tax on such advances. Okay, if I paid some other scenario, that is if I receive the goods, then so if I receive the good, that is if I raise the invoices, then it is subject to what? Raise the invoices. Okay, so here it is subject to so and so, so and so. Okay, where we seen this scenarios, we have seen at the time of tax invoice. We have seen at the time of tax invoice. I think so. You remember? Okay, we have seen at the time of tax invoice, right? So, with effect from 1/7/2017, okay, to 12/10/2017, 12/10/2017. Okay, so up to this, okay, the same provision continues. The same provision has been continued for July, August, September, and October 12th. The same provision has been continued. Okay, so they bring an amendment. Okay, they bring an amendment. Okay, so here what the amendment patina? Okay, so they bring the amendment. Number one. Okay, you have to cross check the turnover. Okay, in the preceding previous year, if it is less than 1.5 crores, if it is less than 1.5 crores, okay, So it is less than 1.5 crores now. No tax on advance payment received on goods. I'm mentioning the word received on goods. We are not going to, we are yet to see services. Okay, here we are just seeing only goods. Okay, so if the turnover, okay, is less than 1.5 crores now, no tax. Okay, time of supply, it is subject to what? Date of invoice. Time of supply is nothing but date of invoice. For example, Mr. A, where in the previous year turnover 75 lakhs. Okay, now we received some advances. Now we received what? Some advances. Okay, previous year in the sense 17, that is 16, 17. Okay, 16, 17 is rupees 17 lakhs. 17 lakhs. If we receive advances of 10 lakhs in the period of August, in the period of August, now then tax on advances. Okay, tax will be levied on even on advances. Suppose if the same payment which has been received on October 15th, if the payment same payment which has been received on October 15th, no tax. Okay, so here this is tax at the time of date of invoice. Okay, at the time of date of invoice which has been raised. This is number one. Okay, number one. If it is more than 1.5 crores, if it is more than 1.5 crores in the preceding previous year, that is in the preceding previous year. Okay, so here, irrespective, that is either date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is earlier, still it has been continuous. Okay, still it has been continued. Okay, that means what? This is for giving a benefit to the small sector units. Okay, SME sectors. Okay, they are just giving some benefits to the SME sectors. Okay, so next, after going through that amendment, okay, on 15th November 2017, on what? 15th November 2017. Okay, 2017. Okay, they amended. Okay, they amended what? The advance payment. Advance payment received on goods. Received on goods, because advance payment received by a supplier, it is taxable in the hands of supplier, because we are seeing what? Forward charge. Okay, so when advance payment received by the supplier, okay, in such cases, okay, this particular scenario also cancelled. Okay, this particular scenario also cancelled. That means what? So if you received any advances, okay, any advances, irrespective of turnover, irrespective of turnover in preceding previous year. Okay, in preceding, because in GST board it is not subject to previous year concept. Okay, previous year means in previous year only. Okay, so most of them reading that income tax, hence we are also seeing that preceding previous year. That means what? So current year, current financial year 17-18 is going on. This is preceding previous year 16-17. Okay, that means what? This is, we can call this one as a financial year, this one as a previous year also. Okay, in normal logical term, income tax, it is totally different point of view. Here it is totally different point of view. Okay, so in 17-18, okay, so here irrespective of any turnover, for example, I'm making a turnover of 75 lakhs now. Okay, 75 lakh or 1.5 lakhs or 1.5 crores or 10 crores or 100 crores or 500 crores. Okay, irrespective of turnover, irrespective of turnover, any turnover. Okay, or any turnover. Okay, if any payment, any amount which has been received as an advance, or any amount received as an advance. Okay, for goods. For what? Goods. For goods, no tax. Okay, at the time of advance received. At the time of advance received. That means what? So it is subject to date of invoice. Time of supply is subject to what? Date of invoice. Okay, time of supply is subject to what? Date of invoice. So no tax on such advances if it is received on goods. 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 Okay, I am stretching goods in the sense only on goods. Okay, right. So now, so to summarize this, okay, time of supply. Okay, that is year, date where they will divide as a date. Okay, number one, 1/7/2017 to, okay, 12/10/2017. Okay, then 13/10/2017 to 15. That is sorry, 14/10/2007. So to 14/11/2017. Then from 15/11/2017 onwards. Okay, so here, irrespective of turnover, in the preceding previous year, okay, where tax on, that is time of supply is nothing but, okay, date of invoice or advance received, whichever is earlier, in case of this cases, okay, for SME sectors, okay, less than 1.5 crores in the preceding previous year, okay, time of supply is nothing but date of invoice. Okay, in case of person who is getting more than 1.5 crores, okay, time of supply is nothing but, okay, date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is earlier, okay, with effect from 1/15/11/2017. Okay, irrespective of turnover, time of supply, okay, it is subject to what? Time of subject, it is subject to what? Only date of invoice. Only it is subject to what? Date of invoice. Clear? So this is all about what? Time of supply under forward charge. Right. Number two. Right. Once again. Right. So the date of invoice. Okay, what is date of invoice for the section 31 we have seen, tax invoice or bill of supply we have seen. Okay, so when you have to raise in case of goods, Fatina, at the time of move, in case there is a movement of goods, or in case of non-movement of goods, you have to raise the invoice. Okay, date of invoice is nothing but, okay, date of what? Movement, in the sense date of removal. Okay, in case of non-movement of goods, okay, date of delivery to the customer, okay, delivery or date of receipt by the customer, So here, this to date is called as what? Date of invoice to be raised. Okay, so now this is called as what? Time of supply. Because advance payment, they have been removed. Okay, they have advance payment, they have been removed. This is called as what? Time of supply. Okay, in case of what? Supply of goods. Now, in case of time of supply, okay, time of supply for composition levy. You might be aware about that composition levy. Okay, like number one, restaurant services. Okay, then what? Trading goods. Next is manufacturing. Either on the 1%, either on the 5%, and now they have been introduced services also. It is nothing but 6%. Okay, time of supply in case of again composition levy. Okay, time of supply in case of again levy. Sorry, composition levy. Here also, okay, for advance payment, okay, tax will not be charged. There is no tax. Okay, that means what? So composition levy, it is subject to what? Composition levy, time of supply is subject to what? Date of invoice. Okay, so that when the goods has been sold. That is called as what? Time of supply. This is number two. Okay, now we are just talking. We are talking about forward charge. Now we are just talking about what? Composition levy. Okay, that we understand. Number three. Okay, number three. Right. In case of time of supply, Okay, in case of services, this is nothing but 13.2, section 13.2. So section on the 13.2, time of supply. So here time of supply பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, in case of services, either two, there are two scenarios. Okay, there are two scenarios. Okay, number one. Okay, number one. Okay, date of invoice. Number one, what? Date of invoice or date of payment. Okay, date of invoice or date of payment. Okay, whichever is earlier. Whichever is earlier. Okay, so this is the time of supply. Okay, this is the time of supply. Okay, so earlier எப்படி இருந்ததுன்னா கூட்ஸ்க்கும் சர்வீஸும் வந்து date of invoice or date of payment whichever is earlier என்ற பேசிஸ்ல இருந்தது. Now for goods வந்து the date of payment வந்து cancel பண்ணிட்டாங்க. Now you understand the date of payment. In case of date of invoice, okay, for services under section 31, under section what? 31, under section 31 is tax invoice. Okay, so services பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, okay, in case of NBFC, banking sector, insurance company, okay, and in case of others, okay. So here when you have to raise invoice, when to raise taxable invoice பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, okay, I completed the supply. Completed the supply means supply of services. Okay, I completed the supply of services. Supply of services, after completion, I have to raise an invoice within a period of 40, that is within 45 days. Okay, within what? 45 days from the date of completion of services. From the date of completed of supply of services. Okay, so for example, I completed my supply on 31 1/7/2018. Okay, I completed when 1/7/2018. So from this 45 days பாத்தீங்கன்னா, okay, so July 31 days, okay, and இது கூட 14 days count பண்ணா எவ்வளவு வரும்? Okay, so you have to raise on or before 14th August 2018. Okay, time of supply shall be, that is when you have to raise invoice on or before 14th August 2018. Otherwise, this will be considered for the purpose of time of supply, and based on that, demand and other things and all will be considered by the department, or proper officer. Okay, in case of others, okay, where time of, there is date of invoice shall be raised, okay, within how many days? 30 days. Within how many days? Within how many days? 30 days from the completion of services. Completion of services. Okay, from the date of completion of services. So here, okay, in such cases, okay, same scenario. Inge vandu pathina, instead of 1/7/2018, okay, in the example edutana, okay, I have to raise on 37/2018. I have to raise on or before 37/2018. Okay, so here when you're reading this, you have to read with this section also. Okay, that means what? Date of invoice, it is subject to this provision. It is subject to what? This provision. And date of payment, if I receive the payment, okay, in such cases, okay, the payment has been received in a, whatever the case may be. So in such cases, whichever is earlier, for example, whichever is earlier, it is called as what? Time of supply. For example, here I received a payment on 15th. Okay, for example, instead of 1/7, I make it on 17/7. Okay, I just make it on date was 17/7/2018. Okay, 17/7/2018. Okay, date of completion meant 17/7/2018. Okay, plus 45 days. Okay, plus how many days? 45 days. Okay, plus 30 days, which is going to see. So how many days here? Okay, 17 should also be considered. Okay, so how many days here? 17, 18, 19, 20, 24 plus 11, 15. Okay, year 15. Okay, 15 plus 15, that means 15th. Okay, when you should be received 15th August. Okay, you should complete on, that you have to raise invoices on or before 15th August. Okay, so in this cases, okay, plus 15 days na 30th August. Okay, 30th August. But the payment you received in the okay, payment is received on 20th July. Payment is received on 20th July 2018. So in such cases, whichever is earlier, July month. So your time of supply is subject to what? Date of payment or date of invoice, whichever is earlier. Okay, raised on 20th July. So your taxable, okay, in which period? In the month of July period, or not in the month of August period. Okay, so this is so much critical. This is so much important. Okay, when you are understanding this time of supply, okay, this will determine the tax payment. Okay, this will determine. Suppose if you not missed out this in the sense, the department will levy interest and other charges. Okay, etc. etc. Okay, and ITC also should be accordingly should be adjusted, and that sector also you should be do properly, because that is more relevance also. For example, if I have subsequent month ITC, okay, I cannot adjust that subsequent month. If I have ITC in August month, na, that ITC cannot be adjusted with this actually. Okay, so it is more relevant. Okay, it is so much important. So here the time of supply, it is subject to what? Date of invoice or date of payment, whichever is earlier. Okay, this is all about what? 12.2. Right, now we just going 12.2 and 13.2. We just going to see what? 12.3 or 13.3. Again, you know that this is subject to goods, this is subject to services. Again, you know that this is both are subject to what? Reverse charge mechanism. This is both are subject to what? Reverse charge mechanism. Okay. In case of reverse charge mechanism, first we'll see goods. First we'll see what? Goods. Okay. So here, number one, date of receipt of goods. Date of receipts of goods. For example, okay. We seen that under the RCM, okay, like that is 8 category of goods which are taxable. 8 categories of goods are which are taxable. Number one was what? That is cashew nut. That is unpeeled. Okay, that is unpeeled or unseeded. Okay, cashew nuts. Number two on the tendu leaves. Number three on the raw cotton. Number four on the tobacco leaves. Okay, number five on the silk yarn. Okay, number six on the used parts by the government. Number seven, lotteries. Number eight on the lending certificate. 8 on the lending certificate. Okay, so these are all called as what? Goods, and which is chargeable under reverse charge mechanism, where the recipient is liable to charge under reverse charge mechanism. Okay, here the recipient is liable to pay tax. The recipient is liable to pay what? Tax. In such cases, okay, the supplier will supply goods to the recipient. Okay, supplier will raise what? Okay, he will not collect tax. Okay, he will not what? Collect tax. Okay, in such cases he will raise what? Okay, he will not collect tax. There is here he will raise what? Payment voucher. And reverse charge mechanism to raise what? Payment voucher. So there is under section again section 31. Okay, the recipient is liable to pay tax. The recipient is liable to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism. Here we just going to determine what? Time of supply. We are just going to determine what? Time of supply. When he just going to pay tax. When he just going to pay what? Tax. Okay. In such cases, number one, okay, if he received goods, if you what? Received goods, okay, that is what? Date of, okay, date of receipt of goods, I write separately. Okay, so provision on the date of receipts of goods. Number one on the date of receipts of goods, or number one, date of receipts of goods, or okay. Number two, yeah, date of invoice raised for no, but date of invoice shall be raised by whom? By the supplier. Okay, supplier to recipient. Supplier to recipient. Okay, when he raised, okay, date of invoice has been raised subject to the time of supply by the supplier. Okay, then, okay, within that is the 30th day. Okay, the 30th day is called as what? One more time of invoice. For example, date of in there is following 30 days. Okay, from the date of issue of invoice by the supplier. Okay, for example, he raised the invoice on 1/1/2019. Okay, then which is the last date, Patina? Okay, otherwise we just make it 31/12 or sorry 21/12. 21/12 பொறுத்தீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா he raised the invoices. Okay, இதுல இருந்து 30 days பாத்தீங்கன்னா when is the 30 last date எப்ப பார்க்கணும்? இதுல இருந்து 30 days பாத்தீங்கன்னா so இதுல டிசம்பர் மந்த்ல 11 இருக்கு. Okay, மிச்சம் எவ்வளவு இருக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா 29, that is sorry 19 days. So 19th January 2020. 19th January 2020. Okay, right. So this is the second one. That means what? Date of invoice raised by the supplier, date of invoice raised by the supplier plus 30 days. Okay, plus what? 30 days. Okay, right. Number two. This is number two. Number three. Okay, number three on the date of payment. Date of payment. Okay, our recipient. Okay, recipient on the he made a payment. Okay, date of payment made by the recipient. Okay, date of payment made by the recipient or debited in the bank account or debited in the bank account. If I made it online, okay, this is subject to books, this is subject to what? Bank. Okay, whichever is year earlier, whichever is earlier. Okay, on all these three, whichever is earlier. On all these three, whichever is earlier. Meaning, receipt of goods. Simple. I received a goods on 31. That is, I received on goods on 30th November 2019. Okay, 30th November 2019. Okay. For example, goods received பண்ணீங்கனாவே உடனே you have to raise the invoices. Okay, but he raised the invoices. Okay, he received the invoices. He received a invoices. Okay, subject to that is subject to the invoices date. Okay, invoice on the invoice date on the 15. Invoice date on the assume that 28/11/2019. 28/11/2019 plus 30 days plus 30 days போறதுக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா okay இதுல இருந்து 30 days count பண்ணனா okay that means what 27/12/2019. okay, this is the second one. Number 3, but the payment received on 30th October. But the payment received on what? 30th October. Okay, that is we are talking about under reverse charge mechanism. I made a payment on 30th October. Now I am liable to reverse charge mechanism whichever is earlier what? This. Okay, so my due date is 30th October. Okay, so in such cases, this is a scenarios for the time of supplier. Number 2, okay, instead of 30th October, I paid on 15th December. I paid when? 15th December. Then, when I received the goods, 13th November, okay, when is the due date? 27/12 or 15th December, whichever is earlier, then it is subject to 13/11/2019. That is the time of supply in case of the recipient. Okay, he has to liable to pay tax in the month of November. In the month of November. Okay, suppose instead of this, okay, okay, so you this is another case. Then if you assume the date of invoice which has been raised before itself, okay, date of invoice which has been raised before itself, assume that it has been raised on 13th now October 13th October. Okay, that is October now. So அங்க ஒரு 2 நாள் இருக்கு. 2 days plus 30 28 days வந்துடும். 28th இங்க வந்து பார்த்தா டேட் வந்து பார்த்தா மாறும், என்ன மாறும்? 28th okay November. Okay, 28th November. So either 30/11 or 28th November or 15th December, whichever is earlier. Then 28th November. Anyway, it is falls within the November month, and hence is liable to pay tax in the month of November. It is liable to pay tax in the month of November. Okay, I think so. It's very clear, right? So one is the date of receipt of goods. Number 2, what? There is invoice plus 30 days. Number 3, வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா okay, date of payment. Okay, made by the recipient or which has been debited in the bank account, whichever is earlier, and overall 3, whichever is earlier, is liable to pay tax in such month. Okay, that is called as what? Time of supply in case of goods. Right. Number 2. Now we are just going to see 13.3. Time of supply in case of services. Time of supply in case of services for the Badina. Okay, year, date of payment or date of invoice made by whom? Supplier plus 60 days. Plus what? 60 days. Anga 30 days கொடுத்துறேன், இங்க வந்து plus 60 days, whichever is earlier. இங்க no receipt of goods. இங்க receipt of goods ன்றது வராதுனா it is what? Services. It is what? Services. When the service has been completed, okay, it is subject to what? That particular scenario, so you have to consider accordingly. Clear? So it is subject to what? Services. Right? So here it is very clear that it is subject to what? Services. Right? Next. Okay. Right? Next one பாத்தீங்கன்னா okay, இதுல suppose if you supplied, okay, if with the associated enterprises, you might be studying in final level under transfer pricing. Okay, associated enterprises located outside India. Located what? Outside India. So you are getting a goods from outside India. Okay, then the date of entry in your books, date of entry in your books, or date of payment. Okay, here date of services. Okay, date of payment, whichever is earlier. Okay, it is not based on invoices. It is based on what? Date of entry in my books. If I recorded in my books, in the sense that would be considered as my date, time of supply in case of associated enterprises. In case of associated enterprises, okay, or date of payment. I made a payment to that party. Or associated enterprises means related party madri. Okay, other scenarios. Okay, that you just need to understand. Associated party. Now we are not going to discuss here. Okay, so it is a little bit big topic. So we skipping this particular scenario. Refer associated enterprises. Okay, so here date of payment or date of entry, whichever is earlier, that is liable to, that is he is liable in such month to pay tax. Okay, he is liable to pay such month. He is liable to pay such tax. Okay, so this is all about what? Time of supply in case of goods or services under reverse charge mechanism. Under reverse charge mechanism, right? Next, one more scenarios under goods. Okay, sent on approval basis. Sent on what? Approval basis. That means what? You're going to send a goods on approval basis. Okay, when you're reading the taxable invoice, we have been understand the taxable invoice. When you have to raise a taxable invoice, either date of approval, either what? Date of approval, or 6 months from the date of goods sent. 6 months from the date of goods sent, whichever is earlier. That is called as what? What? Date of invoice shall be raised. The same scenario here also for time of supply also. Okay, date of approval. Date of what? Approval. Okay, date of approval, or there is 6 month. Okay, the day, that is the day when you end 6 month. Okay, from the date of invoice. Sorry, when the date of goods received or sent. Okay, so sorry, goods removed. Okay, goods removal. Goods removal. Okay, that means what? Goods removed in a factory on 36/2019. இதுல இருந்து plus 6 months, 6 months என்ன வரும்? இந்த 30 days இதுல இருந்து count ஆகும். So it should be included when, that means what? This plus this வந்து 30/12/2019. Okay, so it should be either this date or approval date, whichever is earlier. This date or approval date, whichever is earlier, in case of goods sent on approval basis. In case of goods sent on approval basis. Okay, clear? Right? Next. Okay, now we're just going to see section 12.4 or 13.4. Okay, it is nothing but vouchers. It is nothing but vouchers. Okay, suppose you went to a shop. Okay, Chennai Silk. You went to a shop, Chennai Silk, and they give a voucher. They give a voucher. So the supply is identifiable. The supply is identifiable. For example, you can purchase. Okay, they give a voucher of ₹500. They give a voucher of ₹500. You can purchase. Okay, some. Okay, you can purchase the supply which are identifiable. Identifiable now. For example, you can the supply with regards to Chennai Silk. They can say that this particular gift box. Okay, or watches, or you can eligible watches or eligible. Okay, so you know the identifiable of the product now. Then time of supply for this voucher, because at that particular point of time itself you are going to clear. So time of voucher is nothing but date of issue of voucher. Okay, the day when you issue the voucher, that is called as what? Time of supply. That day is called as what? Time of supply. Number one. Number two, if the supply is not identifiable. For example, I given some ₹500 voucher. You can clear in Chennai Silk whatever you want to buy. Okay, Earlier I say that you can buy that gift, particular scenario gift, or you can buy watch. Okay. Here supply is not identifiable. Supplies. Okay. Supply is not identifiable. Supplier supplies is not identifiable. Nah? I can buy either dress, I can buy either watch, I can buy either shoe, I can buy any other cosmetic, etc. etc. In such cases, I don't know what is the supply. I don't know what is the supply. If I issue the invoice, if I issue the voucher, if I issue the voucher, then date of, okay, there is date instead of date time of supply is nothing but the date on which such voucher been redeemed. Voucher been redeemed. Okay, such voucher been redeemed. So this we already seen at the time of date of invoices also. Okay, date of invoices also. If supply is identifiable, then supply that particular date. Okay, if supply is not identifiable, then the date on which the voucher been redeemed. The date on which that is the voucher has been redeemed. Okay, such date shall be considered for the purpose of time of supply, and he will be taxable in the date of redeemed. Okay, clear? So this is all about what? 12(4). Okay, it is subject to what? Voucher. Okay, it is subject to what? Voucher. Okay, right. Now 12(5) or 13(5). Okay, that means what? It is nothing but residuary method. Residuary method is nothing but best judgment method. Okay, so residuary method, if the above method is not possible, above method is not possible to determine what? Time of supply. To determine what? Time of supply. In such cases, okay, time of supply is subject to what? Due date of filing of return. Okay, due date of filing of return. This return is nothing but periodical return. Periodical return, that is 3B, etc. Okay, that is nothing but 3B or GSTR 4 or GSCMP 08. Okay, or date of payment of tax. Okay, date of payment of tax. Okay, so either this or either this. Okay, date of payment of tax. Okay, in such cases, this is the scenarios. Okay, 1 second. So date of filing of returns or on periodic basis, or date of filing of tax, whichever is, either is here this scenarios or this scenarios. Okay, so depends. Right. So this is all about section 12(5) or 13(5). Right. Next, 12(6) or 13(6). Okay, I already discussed that. I raised an invoice. Okay, but payment not received. Okay, payment not received. Okay, I made a payment promptly, but goods not delivered on time. Okay, in such cases, okay, there will be levy penalty or some fine. Okay, it is not a penalized nature. It is what? Violation of contract. Okay, the contract which has been overridden. Okay, so even though it is not a violation of contract, also it is like which is not fulfilled such contract. Okay, we'll make it as not fulfilled that such contract, because violation of such contract also it is in a wrong term. Okay, if you not fulfill such contract, then they will be putting some charges or interest, whatever the case may be, that will be determined accordingly. Okay, so here in such cases, okay, here the time of supply, okay, the time of supply, it is not on the date of basis or when he has been levied. For example, I just put a date. Okay, it is not like that. It is time of supply is nothing but date of payment received. Okay, date of payment received on such nature. Date of payment received on such nature. Okay, so here it is not subject to the date on invoice, is not subject to the date of receipt of goods. It is not subject to such date, because okay, only when the payment is received, then it is called as what? Supply. Otherwise it is not called as what? Supply. Okay, I just said, I informed the particular party that you are liable to pay this particular tax. Okay, then in such cases, okay, this particular person, okay, when he make the payments to me, that is called as what? Time of supply. That is date of call as what? Time of supply. Okay, clear? So this is all about what? Section. Okay, this is all about section 12 and 13. Okay, this is all about section 12 and 13. Okay, any doubt on this?